Welcome everybody, this is the 2013 Derby City Classic. This is the Straight Pool Challenge. My name is Freddie Agnew, the corner man. I'm here with J.R. Calvert. We've got a great matchup ahead of us in this Straight Pool Challenge. It's Alex the Lion Pagulayan versus Max Eberle. Derby City Classic Straight Pool Challenge is brought to you by Diamond Billiards, Simona's Tables, OBQs, Kamui Chalk, the Bank Shot Calculator, Inside Pool Magazine, InsidePoolMag.com, and the crying towel from
PoolPlayerExcuses.com.
PoolPlayersExcuses.com. Max won the lag here. This is a race to 100 on a 10-foot table.
And this is the final match of the first round of the qualifying into the final 8 guys here. So
we are in a 8-man single elimination tournament now. Throughout the week, they have been qualifying by trying to get their highest run. They had 12 chances to get a high run. On this 10-foot table, the high run was 117 by Stuart Petman. Max and Alex were probably right in the middle of the road in the 70s to 80, 78, probably right in that range. I think they're the middle seeds.
Yeah, I think so.
4 or 5 or so. Either the 4 or 5 seed or the 3. And they have the 5 and 6 seed. Alex is the 5 seed.
Right.
Still in it is Stuart Petman, who beat Jason Shaw earlier. Dennis Arcoyo got past Ralph Eckert earlier also, and Niels Fayen, who's just been playing great on these tables, beat Darren Appleton in the earlier quarterfinals. This is the last of the quarterfinals. First place of this tournament gets $2,500, second is $1,500, and third is $975 or $875, and fourth place is $700. So the last 4 will make the money. You got to get past your first match. Alex's break on this 10-foot table, he hit it a little too thin. The cue ball went 3 rails around and hit the head rail first and came out. Max had a ball to shoot at. Max undercut this ball, just barely got in, but I think if he gets angle on this 4 ball, he can make this.
And that'll be his secondary break ball, and I think he's in like Flynn here.
Well, we just saw a match on here, JR, where the 10-foot table really ate the players up, but they were playing 10 ball. Now we're back to straight pool. For those who've just joined us and not quite sure what you're looking at, we are playing straight pool, the same game that was played in The Hustler, the movie The Hustler with Jackie Gleason and Paul Newman. Max Eberle. Where's Max from, JR?
He's from Dover, Ohio.
Dover, Ohio.
His grandfather had a room called the Velvet Rail in Dover, Ohio, and he taught Max how to play.
Was Max a collegiate champion?
Yes, 2-time collegiate champion.
2-time collegiate champion.
I believe he.
No, he's still alive there. Got balls to break out. Not even close. That's right. Since it didn't bobble in the corner, it didn't hit the points. And Max is a good straight pool player. I know he normally finishes fairly high in straight pool events. Any idea what his high run is?
I believe that his high run is right around 300.
Okay.
If I misspoke, I probably did it on the low side. Max is a great straight pool player, and it's his knowledge of the 10-foot table that really is going to pay off here, I think. Really what it comes down to is Max is playing the table while a lot of guys are trying to see what the table does.
Right.
And he has played a lot on a 10-foot table. And at the pool room that he's a house pro at in Vegas, they have a 10-foot table. And he's put up some videos of him running 100 balls on a 10-footer and things of that nature. So Max is no stranger to this.
Not a stranger to this. You know, someone said earlier that on the chat that straight pool, William Mosconi made straight pool famous. Well, straight pool was the championship game for pocket billiards since Jerome Keogh invented it. The early game for the World Championship was just what they just called general pocket billiards. It was Keogh who thought that was a little bit too easy and came up with the idea of, after running 14 balls, leaving the last ball on the table and the cue ball on the table exactly where they were, and try to run out from there by breaking into the pack of balls after making the last ball, the last ball being the 15th ball. So 14 balls and 1, so that's the official name of straight pool, 14 and 1. It's been really the championship game for pool up until the 9-ball era. Ralph Greenleaf played 14 and 1, and they all played it on 10-foot table. When do we figure the 9-foot tables came around, JR?
Right after World War II.
Yeah, and I think that coincided with trying to get family rooms out there and getting more people into the commercial rooms and being able to get a table into the house.
Actually, it was Brunswick who was selling a lot of turnkey operations into bowling alleys.
Bowling alleys at Brunswick.
And they figured out that if they made the table a little bit smaller, they could sell an extra row of tables because they were just a little bit wider and the addition worked out, and sell the guy a few extra tables, make a few extra bucks, and then the people would play more because they could run more balls on a big 4 3/4 or 4 3/8 9-foot table and pocketed table as opposed to a 5 by 10.
Opposed to the 5 by 10, correct? Yeah.
So, and that started our slide down the slippery slope
of smaller and smaller tables. So the
suddenly
idea
it was a 3 by 6, right?
All right. So the idea of a 10-foot pool table is not a new idea. It's actually an old idea, and we're just revisiting it.
It's,
with the 4.5-inch pockets or less, I guess 4 7/16 diamond pockets here. This really is a challenge for any of these pool players, professional or not. Still a little congested here, but I think if Max takes care of the 10 ball or the 13 ball, then he's all set. The 3 ball looks to be the break ball. 15 ball looks like the natural key ball for the break ball. The last ball for the break ball.
yeah, he has a lot of choices here.
Hopefully not too many choices.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get confused. I think that, to a certain extent, the Stuart Petman method is just keep shooting until there's less confusion.
Right. Make your decision quickly and go. Max looks really good here. I mean, he's got that small ball movement that you talk about in the end game.
Yeah, a lot of stop shots.
Yeah.
Where you're using, a key ball for every key ball, so to speak.
Right. It's not the 3-rail around 9-ball position, big stroking, power drawing. One rail up the table, don't hit the 3. I guess you can go 2 rails. What do you like on this one? Do you favor 2 railing around the 15?
I go
Or
one rail up.
Yeah.
I go 1 rail up on this.
Yeah, after you get past a certain point, you can't be in trouble. Once you get past that point, now you're not in trouble anymore.
You can get in trouble if you get straight in.
Straight in might be a problem.
Then you're drawing into a position, and you finally get really good when you're about 5 feet away.
Right, now you're 5 or 10. There's a 5 or 10 degree window in there that you don't want to be, and he's right at the edge of it, actually. I think he's straight enough that he could. No, he's not. I'm looking at a different camera now.
He's sliding to the
side rail. He needs to come out just a hair. Don't overhit this though. He pounded that just to get decent. I mean, actually on the 9-foot tables, you'd actually pretty much love this breakout. But on the 10-foot table, for some reason, it's the pockets. That's only 4 and 7/16. So 9-foot table or not, even if you were playing on a 7-foot table, if the pocket was 4 and 7/16, you're not going to like the shot. I don't think you have to worry about the break on the balls, though.
Well, I think that this is a pretty thin cut, and I'd be surprised if Max goes for it's nothing.
Yeah, it's thinner than I thought. I was looking at a different camera here, but now that I look at camera number 1, it's an 80-degree cut.
This is an entirely different shot than what it would be on a 9-footer. It's a scary shot on a 9-footer. Right. It's almost unmakeable with any consistency on a 10-footer.
Right, and even if you had it on line, the 9 ball actually will beat the could beat the 3 ball to the pocket.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that and
he's
have
playing,
had that.
He's playing safe.
Yeah, that's
he's playing safe because he's going to give up a lot of balls if he goes and smashes in there.
Super smart play. Alex already at negative 98. And he's just going to run into, negative 90, negative 2.
Negative 2. It's negative 2. Because he didn't, I guess 2 balls didn't go to the rail. Is that what you need in the straight ball break?
2 balls need to hit a rail.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just going to run straight into this ball, knock the 9 off the bottom rail a few inches.
Yeah, it's a good shot because actually he was on a foul. I believe he was on a foul. Yeah, he was on. And from that position to nudge that up and get to the rail, it wasn't as easy as he just made it.
Yes, that was pretty tough. Now, I don't think that it counts as 2, even though the score was 2. Like, it's only 1 foul, but it's a 2-point foul.
Right, that's what I meant. He was on. Did I say he was on 2 fouls? He was on a foul, and
he's on a foul.
He could have fouled again to be on 2. Yeah, it only counted as one foul. 2 points though on the break.
Max is going to nick the 2 and take with left-hand English, run back into the stack
right to the stack.
And what he wants is to make it so that Alex can't just nick a ball and go all the way up table towards the right-hand corner pocket, leaving him a back cut on the 9. He wants to make it so that if Alex sells out by going up table, he leaves him in the middle of the table so that it's a makeable ball, and he might even be able to go for it and break out the rack. I totally disagree if Max is, looking at leaving the ball out there. I don't think he wants to bring it back into the stack. I think he just wants to let it out there, and I'm not so sure I like that.
I'm staring this, and I can't believe he hasn't already nicked that 2 ball and come back in the stack like you said to begin with.
You don't have to freeze it in the stack,
right?
But
just cover over there. As long as you're not giving him the 3 or the 9.
Yeah, you don't want to. Well, let me reiterate. You don't want to freeze it to a ball so that all you got to do is feather off and go up table, and even masse it after the hit. Like, that's one of the methods that you can use to get it into that corner.
Maybe he can't get it back in the stack, and that's what he was looking at, because that was the position he was looking for the return.
That's a possibility, and I agree with that.
We have Greg Sullivan, the mastermind of the Derby City Classic.
Now, one of the shots that I like here is if he can cut enough of the 13 to put the 13 as cover on the other side of this corner pocket so that basically there's no return for safety, and letting the cue ball run into the stack and then freeze up in the stack. But you need a ton of English, and you need to make sure that it's going to not clip the stack as well.
Interesting thing here, JR, is that throughout the whole week, all they've been playing is offensive straight pool, forgetting about any kind of strategy of the game. And here in this is all strategy here. Forget about making balls. It's the chess match of straight pool. It looks like Alex is giving up the 9, unless he's just playing in the other. This is more of a 1 pocket shot, I think. Right?
It's a nice shot.
Yeah. But see, when he does that, like I said, it's almost like a 1 pocket shot. Not that there is, but did he check the stack to see if there was a frozen shot?
If there was anything,
yeah, I didn't
really see him look extensively at it, but yeah.
And if there isn't, the return on this, well, it could be anything. He could take an intentional, or he could try to get, if there's a frozen ball to a rail, so that he can just go into the stack and have the ball go to the rail.
I think I'm nicking off the 8
ball
and going back up, just using the stack to cover.
But the 8 ball will leak out, and you're gonna have to get high enough to make sure. Oh,
you're hitting it pretty
thin. You can just hit thin
with right-hand
English.
Right. I mean, all he has to do is lay it against the 3rd diamond up table, and he's fine. Like if he puts it back to where he's at, everybody can kind of see the bank that comes back to where they're at, or the hit.
Well, I think the cue ball was off the rail a little bit where he can control a little bit better. He probably would have already shot that.
Another move that he could do here is if he can see that the 13 will go past the deuce or past the 7. Let's see if we can see
13.
another. It doesn't really go past the 7.
No. Well, you might, and you can't even cut it back into the pack.
But you can see why he's afraid to shoot the 8, as it
Sure.
seems like it's such a thick shot.
Yeah. He's just going to go into the stack here. Yeah.
Now, when you do this and you stick to the stack, you have to put a ball out there so the guy can't put you in,
Right, because he can just
No
shoot
man's
up table off the 4 ball here, and well, the 9 ball is still there. I think. Oh, he's looking up to the left. So he must be frozen on the 4 ball. So he'll go up table with left-hand English to the side rail. I don't know if he got. He must
He's
have hit the
just
ball.
taking him straight out. Yeah, he hit it, but he's taking it straight out of play going to the left.
Right. Keep the 9 ball out of play. Two 13 1 12 15 11 combination. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a question mark shot, and it would be a question mark if he shot it. And nothing's frozen in there though. How does that 10 ball look? No, he's not going to the stack. And the 10 ball is nowhere also. I think I was saying the other day, I never played too much straight pool, but I did play it a little. And when I say a little, I probably played it more than most people do, but a lot less than people who really are dedicated to straight pool. I grew up in the New England area where they still played straight pool all through the 90s. And stack reading, sometimes I'd guess it right, and sometimes I'd call a shot and hit it, and some other ball would fire directly in the center of her pocket like I never saw it, and my ball I was shooting at had no chance, so. Well, that was a unforced error there, and he's left out a ball. He put out the 5 ball for a breakout if Max can get there. Not exactly easy, though, is it? Straight on the 9, maybe the wrong angle.
I don't agree with too much here. I just want to see what 2 looks like.
Sometimes you wonder what the player's thinking when he starts eyeing up a combination carom into a pocket. There's the 5 ball as a breakout, so we're clearly understanding what he's looking at there.
I'm just looking at this angle here because I want to see what's going on with this 10. Just for my own purposes.
Sure. Meanwhile, someone on chat has said that maybe bums and that the DCC should be twice a year. Well, it sort of is, because the second event is the Southern Classic in Tunica. Last year was the inaugural Tunica event. Same type of format, 3 different events, 3 different tournaments with a lot of extras, with a master of the table.
It's hard to really see what angle he has on this, whether he can lean left or lean right.
I think he goes straight back, plays the combination next. Oh,
there
he's
you
going to the
go.
stack. That's power pool right there.
That was precision, because that 5 was his insurance shot.
He
He
played
hit that
the 5
perfect.
insurance ball on a power draw into the stack. That's modern day straight pool,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the guys are rolling over in their grave when they see a great straight pool player do that shot. But you know what? We like ye.
Now, I always look to see if there's something dead that I can play towards.
Sure.
Now, the 15 is something where if he gets on the left-hand side,
Left-hand side, you can get that secondary break. The 8-2 is still a combination. It probably looks like he's going to play for that.
If he comes into the 2-1 on this shot with the cue, that's fine. There's a nice shot.
He's going high
above.
for the 7.
He's comfortable with this ball making of firing
Right.
like the 7 in and things of that nature.
You figure he goes into the 2 ball on this and going for the 13.
He has to hit
Next.
the 2-ball square. I
Yep.
try and stop the cue or have it not move too far after
Right.
it hits this
It can't
base.
go to the rail.
There
That's
you go.
got absolutely perfect shot because he's playing for the 13. And if something else happens to be better after, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
And something is better. The 2 ball is straight in. And once he hits the 2, I believe most of those balls go except for the 11. I think that the 12 goes.
It looks like it goes.
So it must go because it looks like he played for it. No break ball yet, at least. Well, I guess the 10 ball, but I think these balls will move by then. 15 from below the pack is also available. Looks like the 10 is good. But like I said, I think something's going to move before then.
I think he's going to shoot this 12, and there you go. Get uptown. Now, he wants to get this 6 out, but he's got to worry about
and
the 14,
right,
15.
so the 6 must go. I mean, he's aiming at it, but from this angle, it didn't look all that good.
Well, this is where I use that 11 to kind of stall the cue's progression.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to take off on me, so I'm just going to draw it back into the backside of the 11 a little bit and let it straighten out by going down table here.
But this is a nice straight pull shot. You don't shoot this shot too many times in other games, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's comfortable with his combination, of course.
Right. Every ball goes at this point. Play this combination. I think if you follow for the 13 or so. As long as the 8 ball doesn't come out and block these balls.
He's going to go up
looks like
towards
it
the
will.
side pocket.
Yeah, okay, all the way up the side pocket for...
Well, it'll head towards the 3rd diamond and be up by the side pocket.
Well, so he's playing position for the 8 ball?
No, he's going to use the 13 and probably get on the 8 next, believe it or not.
Oh,
After
no, the 8, I'm talking this 8 ball, not the other 8 ball.
Yeah.
Oh, the cut was the other way. See, this is what I was thinking, that he was playing the 13 in the side pocket next.
Yeah, 13's in the side. Actually, I didn't think he was going to hit it that hard, though. I thought he was going to time it and keep it by the side.
I would have sworn that the angle was the opposite way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
Gotcha.
Well, the 8 ball has gone all the way up table. It's
a hanger.
It's not so bad, I guess, as long as you can get to, to get to it. You can get to it right here if you wanted to.
Now, that 10 ball is low and kind of outside.
It is low. It would, a ball off there would, it looks like it would hit the second on the last row, so he's got a good amount of the rack, I think, to hit.
Yeah, he can hit the rack with it. It's just low and...
Yeah, sort of low. It might not be as low as... it might be lower than what I just said because I forgot that in the diamond rack, it's a big rack, right? It's a big rack, and there's a lot of space behind the last balls.
Yeah, you can't go by what the rack looks like. You got to look at
what the rack of balls look like.
The balls inside them.
This is not a good shot. What do you do? Certainly, he's not shooting the 10 now.
I think that's, boy, I think that's what he has to do.
No, he's looking at the cut, go back and forth. But now the 10 becomes a nasty ball. Well, that was the odd shot, wasn't it? He's shooting the 10.
He's going to have to probably go to the 14 as his break ball down below.
Right.
Or the 15. Either one can work. The 11 is the one that doesn't.
Right.
And I can see clearing the 14 and then using the 11 or vice versa. And then your break shot being the 15. It just seems to work better with me as far as easiness. I don't see using the 15 except for the breaker. That's just going to be the break shot.
Right. Punch this out. Yep. And then just roll forward. Now, how far forward do you want to go on this one? Do you want to be even?
With it, yeah.
Max is pointing a little bit lower than even, but certainly not more than that.
Good shot.
Good shot. Now we're going to be seeing that from below, break from below.
I still think the classic story I've heard today is when Jason Shaw picked up the ball after a foul.
And we did record that, and hopefully we can edit that and splice it and put it on. For those who didn't see it, it was Stuart Petman trying to feather the rack to play safe. He missed the whole rack, and therefore it's a scratch. Jason asked, and Jason doesn't play a lot of straight pool, and neither does Stuart. Asked Dennis Walsh if that's a foul. Dennis said yes, and Jason proceeded to pick up the cue ball as if he was going to take ball in hand behind the line. On a scratch like that, if the cue ball didn't drop,
oh, Max,
you do not take ball in hand. Max chunked the break. Where did he hit? I mean, he must use right-hand English, and
he overcut
hit the ball full in the face. For you shaft people, it might have been the squirt that got him.
Yeah.
The regular deflection cue. But I thought Max actually uses a lower deflection cue, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I thought he did, but I'm not sure. I'm not positive.
It certainly looked like he missed because of... Well, Alex turned a run here. He's sitting on -2. That's why it says 98 up there. The scorecards only go to 2 digits. There's a lot of badness here in this rack. The way the break went out, the 2 balls up table, the 3 and the 10 ball are tied up. 9 balls on the rail.
Horrible balls here. I mean, these are just nasty, bad, horrible.
The 7 does pass the 3-10, so I suppose if you had an angle, the right angle with ball in hand, you could do something over there. Very tough. And the 5-11, does that go? It does. 5-11 is straight in the pocket, so if you can get on that side.
Swede 59 is saying that Max uses a Tiger X Pro shaft.
Okay.
That one looks like it has a chance to go.
It has a chance, but the 5-11 does it does go. The 5-11 is pretty wired here. I mean, they're not frozen wired, but they're lined up
And he can take the cue right into that stack.
Correct.
And preserve the 2. And
Alex is going to take the rake out. He's pretty good at the break. The rest here. The bridge, looking straight down. Very nice shot, and he's manufactured a break ball. He still has the balls up table to contend with, though.
oh yeah,
I mean, the 2 balls, pretty ideal. Unfortunately, it's always the 8 ball, so you could actually use the 2 ball if you wanted to try to fight for that perfect angle on the 7, so he could follow into those 2 balls. I don't see any other way to get up there to break those 2 balls out, and he's not going to be banking.
no, that's a horrible place to get a set of balls tied up. That's like,
And that's that is the problem with the below the stack break. You're sending balls up into an area that you normally don't hang around, but a lot of people love it. He's fighting for that angle, and I think that's awfully close. I mean, I don't think he can get there, to tell you the truth, but what do you think? It looked like he needed one more, maybe a half more revolution to really get it.
he can nick this. This is all right.
Okay, well,
he
he's
can dig
stretched
it
out.
and nick the 10 on the way off the rail.
Well, it looks like he's hitting low.
Really?
Well, it's an interesting idea. He got the 9 ball out of there. Now the 9 ball becomes an easier ball to break those balls out, but he needs to make sure he fires a ball here. Right, if he makes the 8 ball, then he's manufactured a break ball for the 2 balls up top.
Okay.
You have to be a super player like Alex to even consider that as an option.
You got to go right back and do it now. In my opinion, you do. You have to go take care of this now.
Yeah, you got to get up there and. No, he's on the rail, but can he? He's doing it.
Oh yeah, just high cue.
High cue and
Rail first. Hit into the rail left after you hit into 1 first.
try not to
There you
scratch.
go.
Try not to scratch. And play position. Perfect. Where's the clap on that? Where's the love?
People just don't.
I don't think they
appreciate it.
understood what was going on there. Probably wondering why so many other balls are on the table. Probably wondering why he's still shooting after the 8 balls dropped. You never know. This is straight pool. The chat room is clapping. The appreciative audience. Nice. The score right now, Alex started at his inning at -2. That's why it says 98. He was at -2, so by the time he's done here, if he clears these all out, he'll get 14 more. He'll be at 12. But he's not there yet. But it's pretty wide open, and the 2 ball is a nice break ball. There really isn't. Oh, I'm good. Oh, don't go down there. Hold it. Hold it. If the 15 goes, he's okay, but if it doesn't, that would just be awful.
Mm-hmm.
It goes. It's pretty nice. The 5 ball will lead naturally for the break on the 2, for the 2.
And for those of you that are trying to figure out the score, it's in the background on the cards. Alex is in red, and that's a -98. Well, -2.
He's actually on -2.
But that's where he started, so it's kind of where he's at.
I think if people just walked up, they're still not going to understand it until we flip the cards.
Yeah.
That was a nice out on a very, very difficult rack. Very difficult table.
We'll let it on this camera here while we get the cards adjusted.
Should be 28-12. Max Eberle leading Alex Pagulayan.
How good does this look?
It looks really nice. I mean, it leads right to the 9, and you just whack this.
Textbook.
But look how long Alex has to stretch out. Perfect. Got a ball. And I like this, you know, go right to the stack and start looking. Obviously, he had a ball to shoot, but he's got to check out where the whole stack lays. Well, if he had gotten high enough and he gave the grimace there a little bit higher, and he'd probably go into the stack off this 14. He's a little flat on it now.
He does have other options here. Not too many, but he does have other options. He's looking at coming up on that 9 and getting on to 1. Wow. How,
Oh, I think he was thinking about getting up on the 9 the side for a breakout. Because I think he was looking at the tangent line.
Sure. That's what I'm saying.
And he's come
Look
up
at this
short.
No, I think he's perfect. I think he's perfect.
Well, and now there you go. Maybe can he stick this ball in and shoot the one from there? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
Well, certainly that's what he's doing. So the ball went back a hair. Let's see if he shakes his head.
He didn't jump right down on it, but he isn't walking around the table looking at anything else. So I think he's got room. He's just deciding now what he wants to do now.
He's got to play some kind of position for one of these balls.
Figure that's what he's doing. Now the 7 ball. Manufactured a nice break shot there.
Yeah. I love the way Alex delivers his cue on his regular shots. Because he's short, it comes from an angle, compared to his body, I guess, a lot different than all of the other players.
He's not happy right now.
No, he's straight in the 3.
On the 3.
Some kind of angle. So he's going to be... oh, there's absolutely nothing to do here. He's forced to shoot his break ball next, isn't he?
No, I think the 7 might actually have a shot here.
Wow.
No, not
That's
really.
Tough. That's tough.
I mean, he could go up and shoot the 8 and run around 3 rails with follow.
Yeah, he's
Or he can
just roll it forward and shoot the 6, I guess. But, I mean,
save the 10 as just break ball then.
all right. If the 5 doesn't go right, it doesn't pass the
No.
15.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Let's take a look at that here.
It's close. Well, it looked like he's so straight. He was hoping he could get off the rail, but it's not even there. To get to the 6, it looks like he has to go all the way to the first diamond. And that's where he's looking. And that's what I mean by a first diamond, the line that goes from the 6 to the first diamond. You should see this 3-ball rub the cushion here because he's going to get as much out of this as he can. No, he just tried to pound it in. That was quite a shot. So he's right there at the first diamond if you draw the line to the 6. What do you do here? I mean, obviously you have to make this ball, but just roll it forward and hope that you don't hit something on the way out.
I might shoot to get above for the 8 after this.
Yeah, if he doesn't hit the 10, I guess. Yeah.
Just a miss.
Yeah.
So there's 8 balls left. Alex got 7.
Dennis has the auxiliary scorer or something like that. Does he have a digital scorer back there?
Yeah, he has a digital scorer.
Looks like
there.
he has an abacus back there. I didn't know he needed those for a straight pull.
He has, I think there's an iPad
Ah, okay.
application.
Ah, yes, it is. It's the billiard score, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mad Max Eberle. versus Alex Pagulayan, the Lion. Yeah, you know what? After all these years of saying that, I think we need a different nickname to go to. I mean, we can't be calling him the Killer Pixie forever either.
Yeah.
It's just.
I don't know. I never dug that name. I like the Lion.
The Lion. I think the Filipinos, they call him Lexi. And if they don't, I just started that rumor.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, that 3-ball clam right there, that 11, 15, 7.
Still a problem.
He's looking at right now. I'm sure he's sitting there.
15, 11, frozen pair. It's close. From way back here, it looks like it's hitting the right portion of the pocket if he tries to kiss that off. I'm having a hard time believing he's going to just shoot this ball when he's got the 8 sitting right there and the 4 ball is clear. I think he's going to be shaking his head after this shot.
In jubilation or in disbelief?
I thought in disbelief. Well, see, there you go. Just that's as good enough about shaking the head as I'd like to see. I mean, it did go into the right portion of the pocket, and then he didn't come out. No jubilation. I think Francisco is playing Shane in the one pocket. I didn't realize Francisco was still alive. He had the bye. Shane had beat Corey, and Corey still has a buyback. And Corey must have gotten the bye. That's what I'm saying. That's what somebody told me. For all I know. For all I know, that's all completely wrong. I should take a look back there.
I'm not sure whether I like the 2 or the 15. I'm in between both these shots.
Both are very difficult. I mean, the 7's also in play, but all 3 of the shots are. It's not something you want to be shooting on any table, for one thing. Where do you go if you hit that? Is that the 2 or the 4?
That's the 4, I think.
It doesn't really go.
It does look
like
like
it's just. Yeah, now he's looking at the
He's
the
looking
7.
at the 7.
The problem with the 7, I think, is the control of that cue ball may go and hit every ball that's on the table except for the 8. Or you can go through the 2, 15, 5. He's at the 15, and
Oh, that's no good.
that's the problem. That's the problem. That ball doesn't go. But if he had shot the 4 ball on the side, it sort of was going into doom also. So Max is looking at this thinking that if he can clear the 5, he can rub on the rail and still make it, apparently. He pointed at a spot on the rail where he thought that the 15 was going to touch. I'd be tough.
I really
Very
see him
tough.
shooting at the 6 ball here.
That.
And then setting up for the 15.
There you go. It's straight in. Professional shot. This is longer than a 10-foot table. Oh, pump.
Wow.
Spike-a-rooney.
Like it was a hanger.
That was a hanger. That's the longest shot you're going to see on this table. I'd tell you how long it was, but I have to get my calculator out because you have to do the Pythagorean theory to get to it. My
A
goodness.
squared plus B
There
squared
you go.
equals C squared. So you got
Square
5
root
by
of.
8. Yeah, the square root of.
That's square root.
So what do you got? You got 125. You do the square root of it. 11.4.
If it really was a 10 by 5.
If it really was, now you're
Which
talking
means
about
at 30 degrees.
100 inches by 96.
Inverse tangent. What does the bank shot calculator say on that one? Speaking of the bank shot calculator, they are one of our sponsors.
Great little app. Definitely worth a couple of bucks. I'll tell you that.
Well, he's going to get out of this rack. Does he have to tuck all the way to the left side rail? Does the 8 ball? Yeah, there you go. That's where he's thinking.
Yeah, he's going to go up on the 8. He's just looking at the angle on this. And I
got it.
honestly just go up and down one rail here. Come out to the center of the table, but shade towards the side with the 5, and he should be all right. I don't like this.
He's not going to like this either. Oh,
Boy, he actually got a good roll by
got a
hitting
good
the
roll
point
because
he was going to be straight.
yeah. Cut the point, so it killed the cue ball in that area. But for him to go hit this ball and get all the way to the other side of the table, he's probably hitting it harder than he would have expected to. I don't think he's following this ball, is he?
I would consider following this ball because it seems to be a natural to go behind the 8.
Okay.
Oh, he's sliding it over.
Yeah, he's hitting low.
Get over there,
He's
ball.
got to keep going.
Hurry up,
He's
you
good.
albino
He's
fool.
good. He's good. I just heard Kenny Schumann say that Francisco leads 2-2, and I didn't know if he said none or one. Yeah. Just let this be a lesson to all of you out there. You really should say 0.
0 or 1.
That's right. That's probably why we say other words, nil. Pretty good job there getting that cue ball over for Max.
Please, Lord, please don't forget Diamond Billiard Products and Simonis Cloth, as well as Kawui Tips and Chalk, my friend, OBQs, and the bank shot calculator. Freddie Agnew pulling a triple shift today.
And the poolexcuses.com
Bam.
crying towel.
Oh, yeah. Proceeds go to helping animals. Max Eberle, ProPoolAcademy.com player and longtime Inside Pool supporter, my friend. Very good friend of mine. I spent a lot of time with Max on the road, and he is a great, inspiring individual. And probably the example of a pro pool player. Max Eberle is
I think
the
so.
example.
I think so. It looks like we're going to take a break here. Last time Max
No.
broke. I believe he missed the break ball. I believe that was the last time. Looks like they're going to take a quick break here.
No. I want to see pool all the time, every second,
Max
in
is
my dreams, in my daytime, and my waking dreams, and my sleeping dreams. Pool, nonstop. There's no breaking.
Well, that is what Greg Sullivan from Diamond Billiard
Damn.
is trying to do. Put all these events out here so that there is no time to do anything
No
but
time.
watch pool. In fact, his effort is to make sure you do miss something. Because if you miss something, if you don't miss anything, he hasn't put enough pool out there for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's absolutely sitting right behind you.
That's
so.
right. And I know that's what he said because
Because, bam, he's right there,
he's
right?
right there.
Diamond Billiards, the Bigfoot table here. Look at this sucker.
10
Look at
foot
this
table,
behemoth.
4 7/16 pockets or
Bam.
so. It's smaller than 4.5.
It is. It's ouch small. And we've been watching the Bigfoot slay all the pros.
Well, we've seen
this
some
weekend.
pros, I think, have a pretty good time with it. Niels Fan just
Alex
had a
Pagulayan.
fantastic time with it, Alex. But Alex just lost
Sure
in
did.
the 10 ball to Dennis Orculio.
Or Coolio, RoboCop.
Orculio. But Dennis is the type of guy that doesn't matter what he's looking at, he's going to, run out on it anyway.
Yeah, he is. So, we're waiting.
Just waiting for Max to come back. Come
You know, we got a production assistant for that.
Well, let's take a look at this break shot before Max gets here. It does look like it's the tangent line is going right to the 1 ball, I think. I don't think he can get all the way. Well, if he draws it into the pack, it'll probably stick there. How are we doing in the 1 pocket action over there?
Let's see, we got Canadian Samurai out there.
I'm going to go take a quick look at the score to see if Kenny did say 2-0 there.
Okay.
Oh, here comes Max. So
Here comes Max. He's going to come by the booth, give us a little crap. Like, Max sits in with us quite a bit here, guys.
it's a good question out here. The question is, what are the playing dimensions of the 5 by 10 table? You know, so when we say a 9-foot table, it's usually 100 by 50 inches. What do we have for a 10-foot table?
That's a good question.
That should
I think
be
we figured it out the last tournament.
more math.
More math.
All right, going right into the 1 ball and back out. Pretty good. So you have a shot? Yeah, the 10
Yep.
ball came out.
10 ball came
Oh,
out.
12 ball. 12 ball came out.
Yeah, 12 ball. Here I come to save the day. All right. He has to look at getting that 14 next. Or even the 3. The 1 is a possibility, but I don't think that's like high on the list. But if he has an angle so deep into the 2, he would get to 3 or the 6 next. If he doesn't, he can go back and get to 15 and then get in on that 14.
So 14 is one of the key balls here because it needs to clear out the way those balls line up, the 3, 6, 8, and the 2, 13, 10, 5. They look odd, don't they? They all
Yeah,
just
they do.
line up. It's almost like he's lined up a trick shot of some sort. Because how do you get to those balls? I suppose if you get to the 3 ball, then you can sort of get underneath everything. Definitely like at some point getting rid of that 14. Ooh. He looked at that 6 as if that could go. It doesn't. Got a good angle on here. One of the shots here.
It just so happens that we happen to have a production assistant and a tape measure. And we can actually go out and solve this mystery. Right, Alvin?
Right.
That's right. So we can make some guesses beforehand, like a 104 by 52 or some, 106 by 53. We could just keep on going.
Does anybody have any guesses? For instance, say 56 by
112, that would be my guess.
112. Okay.
Something like that.
Something in that area would be my guess, too.
Something in that area, yeah.
Now, I did hear that it was 110 long at one point. But here's the best way to say it, is the side pockets mess everything up on the lengthwise measurements. But the rail width itself is generally 2 inches deep. And the 5 by 10 measurement is actually where the brown meets the blue on this particular table. So to
really?
Speak. Yes, that is the outside measurements of the rails. So that's why you don't.
Oh, when you say the word the brown meets the blue, you mean
the wood meets the cloth.
It's all the blue if you're looking at the top.
Exactly.
All right, and that is normal with other tables also. If you consider that's 2 inches and 2 inches, that takes up the 4 inches. The rest of it would make up the 5 feet. I think that's what you're saying.
Right.
4 feet, 8 inches.
Well, it's actually supposed to be 5 foot from the outside edges of the rails, and 10 foot from the outside edges of the rails. So now that you know that, it's not really that measurement. Believe it or not, there's the side pockets mess something up, and it doesn't turn into 10 feet long.
That's right, because a table is not actually 2 by 1 by 2. The playing surface is. You have equal amounts of rail on all around. You don't have twice as much rail on the long way as you do on the width way. So you're never going to be actually 2 by 1
Right.
on the outside. The playing surface is what's supposed to be 2 by. So the way I like to tell people on a 4.5 by 9 table is 4.5 is the measurement of the green on the width, approximately.
Max is going for his trusty bridge.
And I think I learned that one from Bob Jewett.
I would believe that Bob would know this
So
type of trivia.
All right. So as we said, if the rails take up the 2 inches on each side, that's 4 inches. Subtract that from 5 feet. 5 feet is 60 inches. So 60 inches minus 4.
56.
That's 56. As you said, 56, and then time 2 is the 112.
Right.
That would be my guess.
That's what I'm saying.
And fill the pocket says 112 by 56 as well. And that's, he's saying between the nose? That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
Between the noses, yes.
Yes, between the noses.
Between the noses is what we're saying as well.
People are clapping, and we'll see if the... Francisco Bustamante has beat Shane Van Boning 3-0, I believe. 3-0 or 3-1. I'll tell you that Shane looked like he was struggling on that main table, even though he beat Corey. Corey was also struggling, so my assumption is Corey will continue struggling, and Francisco may win the second leg with a great chance to win all 3. Obviously, he'd have a great chance to win all 3 if he wins the first 2 legs. You have no chance of winning all 3 if you don't win the first 2 legs. Seems logical?
Seems logical.
Seems logical. Meanwhile, if we look at Max, I think he's done a fantastic job at this because all those balls were laying quite funnily.
They were messed up.
That's
He
right.
should go down and get the 13 next here.
I think so.
Now, he could be using one of my favorite end games is to go up for the 10 next. Had he got a better angle on this, it's a little thin, but he'd go up for the 10, pull back, shoot the 6 in the side, and follow towards the top side of the table, getting your angle as you go forward.
Yeah, I like that.
Corey and Boosty,
For the finals,
our production assistant, has
he
traded in his mic and said, "To heck with you guys on your measurements." He says, "I'm not going out there and measuring anything."
Max lost his stroke there. He tried to drop the cue on like an Efren shot, but he really just stubbed the cue ball, and as you can see, it didn't get anywhere.
No.
He's hooked himself on the world, and there's only 3 balls to try to play some kind of safety. I think, as you can see there, probably thinned the 10, keeping the 10 behind the 6 and 7 cue ball up table. Even if he doesn't get to a rail, that's the position he's looking for. He doesn't want the 10 to leak out. There'll be no shot unless a combination is somewhere.
That's good speed.
Yeah. I mean, Alex has sort of been sitting for a long time because Max took a break. Alex could just rear back and fire and say it's getting late.
Okay, Minnesota Slim is coming in on the part where he's saying that a 9-foot should be 50 inches by 104 because he's only taking 2 inches off of each edge. And like I said, the clue here, guys, is that the side pockets mess everything up.
Right.
They are the deal breaker. So you guys, we're going to get Alvin to measure it and confirm it.
A 9-foot is definitely 50 by 104 for playing surface. I think someone's getting wrapped up in, 10-foot.
Okay. Now, John Slingblade is saying 50, excuse me, by 100.
But that's the standard 9-footer. Yeah, so
4.5 for what?
He's measuring pockets, so we're not looking at pockets. We're looking at
Looking at
surface.
the inside nose-to-nose edges, or width and length of the pool table, just for the nose-to-nose edge of the rail. All right, Alvin's out there, guys.
He's not going to be able to measure the length unless somebody helps him out here. So.
Oh, he can do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought there. I thought Alex was saying it's getting late. He was sitting around for a while and he threw the Hail Mary up there. I know it might seem odd, but you get that vibe sometimes that.
No, I just have to say, folks, I might have known this answer 30 years ago, but I do not remember it now. And I know that there's something to do with the side pockets that messes the whole formula up. That's all I'm going to remember. Yeah. It was something stupid like 104 by 50, that it's actually longer than it is wide.
And it's been a subject that's been carried around in the internet forums for a while, JR, and maybe that's what the confusing part is. The whole idea is that the table is not twice as long as it is wide. Mm-hmm. Only the playing surfaces, the outside table dimensions, you'll be off by a couple of inches in one of the directions.
I wish I had more time to read the forums. I just don't. I don't post and I don't read because I'm just too busy. Yeah. I wish I did because there's a lot of my friends on the forums and stuff, and I just don't have time.
Yeah. And as we talked about, the crucial dimension is actually the width. The width of the green that you see, or in this case the blue that you see, should be the 5-foot dimension. That's a good shot to get the side rail break. I don't know if that's what he was. I assume that's what he was going for. But
sure.
I guess he just barely got there.
I think the thing here is that he's going to look at having that cue ball go down table, and he's really limited with the height of this ball coming from that angle. What he can do with the cue ball is all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. He's limited. So.
Yeah. And again, we're talking about a 10-foot table. I don't know if somebody just asked us, Shai, you said you just measured. I don't know if you just measured a 10-foot table. You have a 10-foot table at your house?
Yeah, there's some people that have them, and there were one guy said he had 55 by 110.
Yeah, and there it is. Too slow for me says that the regulation 10-foot is 56 by 112, which is what we said.
Right. Alvin's coming in. Go ahead, just say it, Alvin. Hold on.
All right, it's the inside, right? You want to know the inside?
Nose to nose.
106 on the long rails and 50 on the short rail.
That's not possible.
That's a 4 by 9
Just the rail.
I think I'm gonna have to measure it.
Interesting.
That doesn't sound right.
Something might be wrong. Why are these? It seems small.
That is.
We're expecting it to be 56
from here to here.
From tip of the
No,
nose.
he's going. Yeah, from here.
Yeah, the width
nose.
is going to be 56. I can almost guarantee it. Nose
Here
to nose.
To here. No. Here to here. And here to here. Good. That's yes. 56 by 112.
All right.
Which is
so whoever guessed that, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and that's what
you get your money back for the stream.
That's what we've been saying. Yeah, Matt DVM. He said that we guys were saying the side pockets changed. The side pockets changed that. I think what it was is JR was trying to remember why the side pockets were the issue of and I was trying to explain to him that it is the side dimensions is what's important in a 4.5 by 9. It's the 4.5, and what it is the side-to-side dimension of the green that you see. I'm sure that's what it was because you're just kind of jogging your memory banks.
There's an extra couple of inches at the side pocket is what I remember.
Right.
That's what I remember.
That's right. It's
it messes stuff up.
It messes stuff up. It's a math thing. It's a funny math thing. Meanwhile,
they're ripping the place apart behind us.
Max broke the balls, but as you can see, he got kind of buried in here. Max looks like he's going to play a combination. I mean, I don't think this ball helps you at all if you play a combination, which seems like what he's eyeing up. So I think that if you just duck here, goodness, take an intentional. He's probably asking, can I hit this with the top of my ferrule? Which we cannot. That's an intentional. If you try to tap this with the top of your ferrule.
I think he wants to shoot this 9 in the corner. I think he really does, and he's just trying to give himself a reason why. But he'll end up playing safe because there's no real good reason why. Yeah, guys, I'll go out and get an official length after the match.
Yeah.
Freddie and I will go out and we
measure
will
what these are.
it.
The rule books say 56 by 112, and that's probably what it is.
I swear that there is an extra 2 inches or 4 inches at the side pocket. I swear that's what I remembered.
You and I can talk about where that comes from. I'm sure I know exactly what you're talking about. It's all about the side. The word side is right,
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we'll do this. I mean, guys.
Hey, you know what?
I know you guys
about it.
out there talking about it a lot. I'm telling you what Bob Jewett told me. The lower number, the 5 in the 5 by 10, is referencing the measurement of the blue as you see this from side to side.
Right.
Because the rails are the cushions are about 2 inches each. And as we've said, 56 inches is actually the measurement of the playing surface, plus the 2 inches is your 60 inches, 5 feet. It is the lower number.
They're all arguing about something.
They can argue about all the cows that can come home, but that's what it is.
Trust me when I say this. There's something about the side pockets that messes with the measurements of what they call. You have to understand. Somebody did this when they weren't trying to think about all this, but they just simplified it into measurements. But look at the diamonds, and can you say anything about the diamonds on the length of the rail? What happens at the side pocket? That's all I'm going to get at.
Yeah. Where you put that diamond is...
Mm-hmm.
That's another discussion.
Anyway,
that's another discussion.
I wish I knew this answer, but all I wanted to do was invoke a little discussion. Don't get angry, guys. It's all good.
Exactly.
It's all good.
So
we'll figure this
goes.
mystery out. If I had Chad from Diamond here, he would tell me down to a T. I could get Greg from them. We want to know the measurement from
Greg's
nose rail.
Greg's right behind us.
Is Greg right there? Get Greg. You know what? We can solve this problem right now.
Greg is right behind us. We've been
Greg
talking
is
about
right
it.
behind us. We're going to have our production assistant ask Greg Sullivan, who is 10 feet from us,
That's exactly
what
right.
the
We've
measure.
been-
You know,
We've been trying to talk loud enough so he'd come down here, but okay.
Hey, Greg. What is the nose rail to nose rail inside measurements of the 5 by 10 table? How many inches?
What? No.
Oh, no, we're talking about playing surface.
It's 56 by 112.
56 by 112, but from the horse's mouth. That's what
Well,
we've
the
said.
best pool table manufacturer in the world says it's 56 by 112, and I believe him.
There it is.
Thank you.
56 by 112. It's what the rule book
step
says,
over.
and that was what we guessed to begin with. That's what the rule book says, and it's over with. 56 by 12, and then if you guys want to know where the 5 foot comes from, once again, it's the blue as you see it measured across the table.
And those rails are officially 2 inches wide.
Correct. So you will measure 60 inches if you're only measuring blue to blue from the width. If you measure blue to blue on the length, you will not get 10 feet. You will be off.
You guys can all apply for your doctorate degree from
right.
Inside Pool Magazine
There you go.
at this point.
That's right. The length doesn't figure that way because you will be off. You actually need to have 2 more rails to add to it. You'll be off by 4 inches. It's not 10 feet. It's short by 4 inches.
Right.
Alex missed a secondary breakout shot, and Max is back at the table.
If that 3 would go by the 4 a little clean, I could see where it would make geographic sense for him to bust these balls out because he's got the angle. See, the problem with this is he has to draw straight up into the 7 or the 1. He can't hit the 10, in my opinion, and end up with a shot that's good. Chances are. Yeah, Texas pool player, that's all I need to do is read some more.
Max looks
Hey,
like
when I
he's
pose a
going
question, it doesn't mean that I know all the answers. It just means
right.
I'm posing the
posing
question.
the question. Posing the question. So it looks like the 13, pretty decent break ball. 7 is probably a pretty decent key ball. 9 ball is in trouble up there, so Max has to get rid of that. The 11 and 1 are tough to get at. 8 ball goes, so I think he's okay. All these balls really do go once you pick at least one of them off. The ones in the rack area, going for the 9 ball after this 12 ball.
I used to call them alleyway balls, and what it was is you'd get one that would kind
Clear
of make an alley with it, and then suddenly a lot of balls would open up.
the alleyway ball. I like it. Oh, I think Max has overhit this. But the length of this table, he's okay. And did that ball just die into the rail? It looked like it bent a bit.
It looked like it went to the rail a hair at the end and then stayed there.
I think somebody's asking about the 10-ball challenge. It is, it's called the Bigfoot 10-ball challenge. And there are at least 4 players left. Question from Steve, table mechanic. Who won between Busti and Shane? Bustamante blanked him, I believe, and Bustamante now is playing the finals with Corey Duell on the TV table. Corey had a very difficult time with it against Shane earlier.
Max just moved the 8-ball into what I would consider the best position of all of his break balls or possible balls left.
Oh, so he's got 2 choices there.
Cue ball J22 hit me right on the head. I have a doctorate in cheeseburgers.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with having that. But I'm starting to learn how to get a doctorate in grilled fish,
Yeah. That's right, because if you move down to Florida, you can get a doctorate in grouper. Being from the north, I never had grouper until I moved down to south, and I tell you what, I am
Not too shabby, huh?
Oh my goodness,
It's pretty good stuff.
very tasty fish.
You like fish tacos?
I do, especially with grouper, blackened grouper.
Yeah, really nice, isn't it?
And if you get it with some coleslaw in there,
Get like a chipotle sour cream and you're in heaven.
there you go. Chipotle sour cream with a little bit of coleslaw in there, my blackened grouper.
All right, now we're making everybody hungry. So we've
That's
teased their brain, now we're teasing their stomach, and what else can we do?
Wait a second. Table mechanic. Steve, you say Wahoo's has the best. Well, when Wahoo's was opened in Treasure Island, Florida, they did have the best. No longer open there, but Wahoo's up in wherever they are, Redding or north of me. Still open.
The playing surface of a fish taco is exactly half that of the size of my mouth.
There you go. We're going to have to get a measurement on that one. So the question about Shane and Busty playing. Shane beat Busty in the Bigfoot Challenge a couple of days ago, and Bustamante just repaid him the loss in the one pocket. Bustamante is has an opportunity here. If he wins against Corey, he will have won the first 2 legs. No one's ever done that in Derby City history. Those people have come close. Jason Miller came in second after winning the Banks one year.
He has that 10 ball up on the side, or 14 ball, I guess. No, I see the 10 and the 14. I guess it's the 12. He once had 8.
So the question is, does the header is saying 10 ball, but what is this? Actually, the header says 10 ball and 14-1 challenges, and this is a 14-1 match. This is straight pool. As the header says, this is Alex the Lion Pagulayan versus Mad Max Eberle.
When I take Sally out to the West Coast, we always go out to Laguna Beach, the Coyote Grill, and get the Langostino tacos.
Oh,
Just amazing. So they're
Max
the only
came
things
up
that
a
really
little.
beat a good fish tacos, guys. So
Max
just
came
giving
up a
you
little
my
short.
food still. Steer.
Is
He's short on this.
And yeah, he's short on this. I thought he was trying to get to the 4-ball. He might have to crash into the 14 because this goes right into the stack.
That's what I'm getting at. He's short on this, but he's got a perfect break ball. And that 3 is going to be everything. Watch the 3, what it does to this cue. See it? Knocked it up table and made it, redirected all the power into everything.
But he had the Alan Hopkins follow through on that. So obviously he wasn't all that comfortable.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. By the way, folks, when we do a stream, we're right in the middle of the room half the time. But the other times when we're back here, they still find us and come by. We're just behind the VIP section for the AccuStats Arena. That's why you hear a lot of chatter.
That's
It's
right.
all good. We don't mind being out with everybody. Sometimes it gets a little crazy.
Well,
What do you see here, Fred?
well, everything is wide open here. The 3-ball needs to be clear so that the 10-ball goes. So I actually think that Max is just trying to figure out when he can get that 3. The 5-ball goes. Is he going to shoot the 5? And from there, it's just a matter of picking him off the 12-ball. Looks to be a great break ball.
I like F5, and then I like the 3 right afterwards, and then the 1. 5, 3, 1.
3 is covering part of the pocket, so he's now down to a 4-inch pocket. But no problem there. Max going for the
No. Okay, he's going to get the 4 ball next, but
he was
scaring me there.
Dangerously close. I'm not taking anything for granted here. Just punch this up a bit, make sure he has some kind of angle. I think what stops a lot of runs with the amateur players, which would include me, is to get dead straight on a ball that's in the end rail, and then not being able to get out. I figure he'll find his way to the. He doesn't have to go all the way to the center of the table, but start heading that way. Follow or draw. Might be too flat to follow.
He's going to follow it out with high right. He's got the 2. He's got, or high left, I mean, sorry. He's got the 2. He's got the 7, the 10. There's a lot of stuff out there. The reason the 6-15 is kind of off the table is because they're in the line of the shot.
That's right.
I honestly think he's going to start to think about taking the 10 ball next, because I think it's,
Well, right now the two balls that are the side go to the side pocket. The 2 ball, the blue ball, and the 11 ball, the red stripe ball on the left. If you want to call it that, they're the toughest 2 balls on the table, or the trickiest 2 balls on the table, I think. Do you go ahead and just stop this ball, or on the 4 ball?
Yeah, I stop
or
it.
Or is it going to draw it for the 2 ball?
I stop it.
Yes, pretty much stop it. So 11 ball. Does the 11 ball become your key ball here?
No, I see 10, 2, 6, 11, 15.
And then the 15. Yeah, I like that pattern.
I think Max is running that pattern for sure now.
Yeah, especially putting the cue ball like that makes this shot a little bit easier. Cutting it right to left, working that ball through the whole range of the pocket.
Yeah, Max is definitely going from 6, 11, 15. He just came down and he checked the height where he wants to be. No.
He's got too high here.
It's all right.
He have to change his mind. Or, going up table with the 11 ball, there isn't much difference between up table or down table. Yeah, so he's going to go below the 11 so he can shoot the 11 ball back up table.
He'll do a 2-way here and get on either the 15 or the 11. He'll be on the other side.
Yep. And I can't imagine he would do anything but shoot the ball up table.
I think he's shooting it in the side.
These side pockets
lined up
entice people to take it. Because if he shoots in the side, it looks like he has to draw the cue ball back just a little bit, which makes this shot in the side pocket extremely difficult. But I think if you shoot the 11 ball up table, you don't have to do much with speed. You certainly hit it with pocket speed.
If I'm going to shoot this in the side, I will not.
He's not.
No, yeah. I got to go to the corner. No.
Pocket speed. Fainting every shot. Can you reach? What do you think about that angle where he was coming from? Because that's a stop shot.
Hate it.
But I think he could go forward if he needs to to get a better angle.
I'd take it back 3 inches.
You went with the 1 inch. And
Yeah, this is that glancing, I don't really give a crap about the rack, type of thing. And
separate
it just,
the handful out, 3 or 4 out.
And
And he's going to be. Does he take the rake out because he's stretched out there? I just think it's just going to be so difficult.
let's take a look at this angle.
Yeah, it's
This is a glancing blow.
glancing.
And you're fighting Mike Tyson. You got to get in there and hit it, And there's only one way Niels Fyan was doing it earlier. He looks to see the top or the bottom or the center ball hit, and you club this. It's the only way to do it. Let's see if Max comes around and sees what he's doing. Of course he does.
Of course he does, and he's
hitting the top side of the 9.
Yeah, so I think he's actually hitting the 2 ball. No,
I think he's hitting the top side of the 9. But he could be hitting the 2 ball. You're right.
he could be hitting the high side of the 2. The ball ended up much higher than I thought it was. So I would say that you've been right more times than I have on the into the stack. So
Here, let's give you this angle. We'll go ahead and do this. It isn't so good. Let's do this one. You were right.
right on the. I guess it's a 4 ball, but
Did I say 2 or 9?
you said 9. I don't even know if the 9 was there. That could have been the 13. I
It's
said
the
2, and it was actually the 4.
It was the 4, yeah. Whatever. We're both. You were right more than I was. I was right on or wrong on everything. Now, I consider the secondary break into the 9 ball here so that I can shoot the 1 as my insurance ball and get some balls spread to that upper left-hand quadrant where the side pocket is by Max.
Oh, so you think he's going to do this right now, drawing off the 5 ball?
Heck yeah. It's not a hard shot. You're just trying to run into and get 2 or 3 balls spread. Oh, look at this. The
2 ball goes.
goes.
And so the 6 ball ends up being you're just playing position for the 6 ball.
Yeah.
Or the 8 ball. The 9 didn't make that lovely, but you can make the 9-5 combination, or if you were desperate, the 9-11 combination.
Mm-hmm. Got to see if the 3 ball goes here. 3 ball's real close, but I don't think it goes.
I don't think it goes. And you know what? Drawing off the 5 ball doesn't look all that good either. I thought it went by a mile, but it's really close. So you could. He's going to take care of some of the things down here.
Well, what he's going to do, it looks like that top ball, the 10 ball.
The 10 ball goes.
It's going to be a secondary breaker.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of, all of those balls will go. The only problem I see with that JR, see the way the 9 and 11 are. When the 14 starts going down there, the 9 and 11 are going to swallow up the 14's energy, and suddenly you'll have a cluster of balls just hanging out on the foot rail.
That's why I'm looking at the 13 to see whether it actually has more room there or not.
Well, he didn't play for a break ball here. He's on the
wrong side. Maybe he's thinking of plucking a few free, but that 15 or that 1, yeah, the 1, the 5, the 9, and
the
11 is just torture.
Does the 7 pass? If the 7 goes in the corner pocket, which it may not.
He's shooting this like the 7 does. Sure, it looks like it's close.
It looks like he's just about to shoot it. That 6 is one of those where it may not be blocking anything, but it's right there in the line of vision.
Get a good kiss on this 15-14, and he's in business.
And as you can see, what I said earlier, the 14 came down there and it got swallowed up into those other balls, and now we have a cluster. But it looks like you can still play that 9-5, maybe.
I really am not confident with anything that's going on with this rack at this point.
Well, you have these three
The
balls
one thing
here.
that I could say is I would consider shooting the 6 in the upper left-hand corner or right-hand corner to save me at this point.
Looks like he's
Oh,
playing
look
for
at
the
this. He
one
can
or
get it
anything
out
down
there.
here.
Ooh.
Oh, this is perfect. He can play the 1 and tap these balls.
Problem is if he hits the 11, he's in trouble. If he hits the 9, he's in trouble. He can't tap the balls on the way down. He has to tap them on the way up because they all block the shot to the 5 or create a combo, which might not be on.
I think that's a great point, in which case that's why he's probably going to play the 6 ball and go into the 11, if he can hit this ball.
Rail, then the 11.
Correct.
Bust him up away from this 5 and
Really,
run the
all
cue
you have to do
towards
is
the
kiss
5.
the 9 out,
Right. I can see that.
and that's what he's doing.
Just hit a couple inches past the second diamond to the right-hand side. Okay.
As long as that doesn't get tied up.
Well,
He's got a
that
shot.
13
He's got
right now.
No,
if
he's got
he
a
wants.
3. The 3 is in the center of the
Yeah, I know, but
rack.
the 13 is a ball that I would want to get out of the way.
Okay.
I don't like it. It's the farthest ball from the pocket for this ball. It's just one that I think is screaming, if I'm straight in, get rid of me and be done with me.
Well, I'm thinking he's going to play the 3 ball and then the 5 ball and tickle the 2 or the 9, but there doesn't look to be insurance there.
5 balls next.
Yeah.
5 balls definitely next. He'll use a 15 after this and shoot in towards the 1. But eventually he's got to come back and get the 11. So let's see what he
That's
dreams
right,
up.
That's right. Was the 5 or the 1 off? And he's looking at that right now, whether or not the 5 and what's happening with the 1 or the 9, I should say.
Come on, stop for the 13. I hate that 13. Please get rid of it. It's bothering me.
Well, it's just hanging out there doing nothing. It's not really a good break ball, and it's not a key ball for anything.
It's just
Sitting out there.
It's sitting out there, and it's just an annoying ball.
Can you... Is the 1 ball a break ball? It's out of the rack.
The 9 is actually in the rack.
Right. So if he doesn't move the 1, let's say he likes the 1. Did he need to draw that back? Because now he's a bit funky.
I think the 1's low.
That's what I think too.
The 9's in the rack. The 1's low.
11 ball. He stroked earlier as if he was going to use the 11 ball as your break ball. Yeah, and he's going to go forward by about 1 inch. He needs to be able to replace the 15 with the 1 ball if he's not going to with the cue ball.
He can stay above it and run a nice angle down
See
for
that?
this 11.
He replaced it because he's going to roll forward and end up with that kind of break shot, what he's showing there. It's what the table gave him. Roll forward by about 1 foot. Stop.
Go, go, go. There's good.
It's
I
about
like
the
that
best
angle.
you could get for if you had ball in hand and that was your breakout.
What a gentleman Alex is.
I thought he was asleep, but no, he came out, took some balls
No, I
out.
think the guy in the yellow is asleep with the stripes. Oh, he moved too.
He moved. I've seen
I was
him
getting
move a
ready to
couple
dial
times.
911 because I wasn't sure he was actually, you know.
Max is on 90, so this kind of breakout, you know, pick some balls off. The problem with this breakout is, well, I guess, do you go back to the 2-4 on the cue ball?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You have to. You're trying to create a collision that lets you go to the side row and spin
And
up
out.
off there up to the center of the table,
right.
in theory.
That's right, and he's looking at that angle. It's certainly not trying to clip the corner 15. It's the other way, the 2-4. And we saw Stuart Bettman use this break a few times, and it was automatic.
I think we saw him use it with a bridge using inside English. I think I'm going to have nightmares about that.
If you put left on this, you're right, you might miss the whole rack.
Well, I think if you hit it like he just hit it with a little pace, it takes the effect of the English off the ball.
Well, he's going to have a long shot on the first shot if he doesn't shoot the 9 ball, which is available, I believe.
Shoot to 7 and roll up for the 3.
I think so.
That's all I would do. And regroup and pull back on the 3 and use the 14 as a rebreaker into the whole stack and Bob's your uncle. Alex shakes your hand after you make the rebreak.
There you go. Well, he needs 9. This is the straight pool challenge at the 2013 Derby City Classic. We're in the quarterfinals. Are we in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, I'd
We're
say
in the
that's fair to say.
Quarterfinals of the 8-man single elimination tournament. Guys here qualified by trying to see how many balls they could run earlier in the preliminaries, the qualifying rounds. They had 12 tries each to try to get a high run. The top 8 went into this 8-man single elimination tournament. This is Mad Max Eberle at the table. He's up 90-20 versus Alex Pagulayan, the Lion. Oh, that Max really should have gotten out here. Instead, 91-20. Alex is back at the table. It's been a while since we've seen Alex actually shoot anything.
Yeah, I really don't know why I didn't shoot the 7 up in the corner. A huge pocket in comparison to that side pocket thread the needle thing.
That's Alex's first shot out of the electric chair, and he's overdrawn. I think he was going for the 3 ball. And the 8 ball is taking him completely around the world here, which he'll shoot. He should still recover. 3 rails around to the side of the table, I guess. Depending how high he goes. 1, 2, 3 to the center of the table.
Doink.
Back in line.
And he can have the 14 if he wants it.
A long stretch.
I still think that the 14 is the move here. He thinks so. Let's see what he comes up with.
Nice shot. He's got the 5 ball. Unfortunately, the 4 ball went right back in, but did open him up a little bit. Hopefully, he didn't shut down the 1 ball with that 4 ball.
I don't think he did. Let's take a look.
close.
It's close. I think he's good, though.
Well, he's got enough other balls to work with to try to, if he needed to, nudge him out. Well, he just looked. No shaking. 5 ball, back to the center of the table with the cue ball.
Hey,
underhit this
hey.
No good. No good.
He has the 7. He has the 10.
I don't know if he was playing for the 1 or if he was playing for the 10. I thought he'd just go to the center of the table and regroup.
Mm-hmm.
But he's shooting the 7. He's smiling.
The 7 ball's a hanger for Alex. Just will the outside forces come in and, have him convinced that he's on this downward spiral.
Right. Max, I think he's on 91, and Alex is shooting 20 plus the. He overcut
he
this ball.
missed
This
his
is
ball.
it. That's
He may give up and just say thanks. And Max stalled going to the table to see if he was going to give him the whole thing. I don't blame him.
At 10 to go, and it looked like you're absolutely right because Alex was still talking, and I know Alex was just kind of joking around, probably berating himself, but Max went back to the table just in case Alex wanted to throw on the white flag, the white towel. Max ended up shooting this 13. He's going to just miss the 8 ball. Same exact shot. This one's going to be tough. He's got to get the bridge out. Let's see. Don't you shoot the 13 here?
I shoot the 13. I consider the 7, then the 13. I would open up that pocket for the 12 in case something weird happened.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just think that stepping out of here with the long shot, take the bridge out. Max missed the ball in the side pocket a second ago. I think all of that is working on him. The mental game. Look, he's so much so. Because if he makes this 13, he's going to have an easier time with the 7. You're absolutely right. The 7 has to get out of there at some point. He's in.
I mean, he's shooting this like the 1 goes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he's looking again.
If it does, the 4 goes after that. That 6-15 is the big problem, but he may not need all those balls. Well, it's no longer a problem.
He needed 9, and that's 2.
So he doesn't have to shoot the break ball. He'll run out.
If he runs all the balls.
But the break ball. So he doesn't have to worry about a break ball. He just has to run balls.
See, here's the problem with them not putting up the score immediately. He may think that he needs 10.
Well, that's his thing. But I just got to say, I'd shoot all the break balls.
And Alex has conceded.
All right, and there we go. There's your winner, Max Eberle.
Max Eberle over Alex Pagulayan.
100 to, I think,
20.
21, 22.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He shot a couple of balls there. Alex did.
Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up, and I want to thank everybody for sharing. Obviously, I want to thank our moderators, Upstate Owl, Corner Market Bob, Heather, and Steve Kurtz. Thank you, guys. Last but not least in that line of people, thanks to Freddie Agnew, who's hanging out with us and giving us some excellent commentary and insight tonight.
Thank you, JR. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's been a great experience. I want to thank all the sponsors that came along tonight and throughout the week. And we're going to be here all week. So, if you want to give these guys an email and say thanks for providing this free stream, it'd be great. But Diamond Billiards, they made this all possible, from the tables to the room, everything. Kamui Tips, Simonis Cloth, OBQs.
The bank shot calculator.
PoolPlayerExcuses.com.
And of
Stu
course,
Montana,
Stu Montana, SJM.
Rich Klein. Yes, definitely. And, all the guys that actually you don't get to see, the Dennis Walshes, the Dana Stevensons, the Rich Kleins who work tirelessly at this. And, well, maybe you do get to see them. You see their feet in the
That's
shots.
right. That's right.
You see their legs.
Always there.
They're making this all possible. We're going to bring more straight pool action at you here probably tomorrow. But for tonight, we're going to have some guys beating some balls for a little bit. You guys can relax. Maybe we'll tune in and give you some updates on what's going on the other side of the room, and we'll go from there.
All right, JR.
All right.
Good night, all.
Good night, all. Thanks.